lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Good morning. Hi everybody, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. This is going to be a backwards video. I mean, it's not going to play backwards, but everything is sort of out of whack. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and show you the things that I thrifted at a flea market yesterday. And then, if you stay tuned, you'll see me in the car driving to the flea market because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my shop and just some things I want some of the new subscribers to know. But also, while I'm in the car driving to the flea market, I'm going to explain the little upcoming contest, which has a prize. So this is, I guess it's called a hook. You kind of have to stay tuned if you're interested in the contest. And then at the end of the video, we're going on a field trip. I actually stop at a very lovely spot, has a lot of historic significance, and I think you'll enjoy it. So I'm gonna show you the vintage stuff first for those of you who just wanna see the vintage items, and then you can click off. Everybody else, stay tuned and hear about the contest. And also, I kind of do hope you'll fast forward to the end and see the little field trip that I take you on, because it's an interesting spot I think you'll enjoy seeing. So I did stop at a flea market. I bought a few things, not much. I went to buy and not sell. And I will show you first. I did pick up 2 vintage magazines. This one is Good Housekeeping, October of 1929. What happened in October of 1929? That's right, the stock market crashed. Now, they didn't know it when they were reading this magazine. It would take a while for most people to actually feel the pinch. But look how many pages this is. It's almost 300 pages. In the 1930s, these magazines got down to like 40 pages. So I really enjoy reading these because I can learn an awful lot about the period in which I like collecting. This was $3. October of 1929. I'm going to have a really good time reading that magazine later. I also picked up a Japan, although he's unmarked on the bottom. You really get used to, let's see the way the numbers are printed on the bottom. You get very accustomed to seeing that on the Made in Japan pieces, and when you see that, you know it's 50s, 60s, even though he's not marked. Spaghetti. Oh, he's a shaker, and he's just all by himself. The other shaker is missing, but I still collect these because you can display them like that on a shelf without really seeing the holes in his head. And sometimes I'll pair these together with a bunch of other orphaned Christmas salt and pepper shakers and sell them that way. So that is going to be, I need to do this. The magazine I'm not selling, that's mine. He is going to be in my shop. I will put a link to the shop at the end of the video. This I bought for myself, and I think I'm going to keep it. I don't smoke. I don't suggest you do. But it's a really cool tin cigarette case. Very Art Deco, 1930s, 40s, probably 30s. And I just love it. Notice the top, how you just like slide it and out they come. I'm gonna put Tic Tacs in it, or gum. I love that. You know I love my 30s and my 40s. That's going right in my top pocket. And then a tree hugger, a knee hugger. See? And he is Japan. Most of them are. I'm having all kinds of issues here. So there he is, in good shape. His gloves have faded quite a bit, but his little bib still has most of the green on it. He's also going to be for sale. This isn't for sale yet because what I do when I pick these up, I just wait until I find a whole set. That's just how I like to do it. So primary refrigerator dish Pyrex, we've all seen these before. I've sold the sets before with, I need to add one more red, the yellow and the blue, and I'll have a full set. Unless anybody just wants the red, let me know, I'll sell it to you. But I'll probably hold on to it until I get everything else. From the 1930s, this I'll probably sell as well. And these are from the 30s. I have seen these advertised in catalogs from the 30s. These are metal icicles. I love Santa on his airplane. It's hard to see if you can see these or not. In a really paper-thin box. These are called the Diamond Ray jeweled icicles. They were originally 37 cents. Okay. And then also, I've had these for the longest time, but I haven't listed them. I'm gonna list them. So if you are a mid-century modern person, which I'm not, I appreciate it, but I just don't collect it. I'm finally gonna go ahead and put these party lights up. Now, if you wanna see them, there's an old video that has me showing them. They have really cool blue and orange, 1960s colors. I don't know if you can see in there, see? So they're porch lights, party porch lights. And here's the original string, and all the cones and everything are in there. These I'm gonna auction. So they should be online really soon. Speaking of auctions, here's an update. In one of my last thrift haul videos, I showed you this Anchor Hocking Philby mug, which is in the sapphire blue color. I knew these were hard to find when I bought it. I bought it for 75 cents, and I valued it between 15, maybe on a good day up to $25. This sold at auction for $63.99, I think. This was my surprise of the week. So I've got to get this packed up and get this off to California. Take a good look at it. When you're looking through the mugs, if you see one in that design, in this sapphire blue, well, but these are rare. 63 bucks for that one mug, paid 75 cents. That was really a surprise and very exciting. All right, that's it. Stay tuned now as I drive to the flea market where I just got most of this stuff. Listen to what I have to say about the contest coming up, and stay tuned for the historic field trip that we're taking at the very end of this video. Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching and so long for now. Morning, everyone. It is a beautiful morning. It's nice and cool. It's early November, and I'm actually on my way to a flea market to purchase, I hope, and not to sell this time. But I wanted to say to you, I have a couple things I want to tell you about the contest that's coming up, and also about something very special that I'm going to film for you on my way home from the flea market today. So I want to tell you about that. But I want to start by saying, welcome to my new subscribers. And I think I should probably explain just a little bit. Now, those of you who already know this, go get a hot cider or something like that and come on back in about 5 minutes. I started my shop a year ago with like 5 items. And I gradually, well, not too gradually, within about a couple of months, I had built myself up to, I think at the most I had 400 items in my inventory, which was fantastic. And it's been a great year. It's not a full year yet, but sales have been fantastic, and I've been really enjoying myself. But there's one thing that I can do that you may not know this if you're not an eBay seller. And I imagine that Etsy has this function as well. Let's say I place this pair of sunglasses online for sale. I have the ability to go in and see how many times it's been looked at. In other words, how many times a human being has clicked on it. I can see. I can also see if people are watching it. Now, if you shop on eBay, you know you can watch things, which means you click a little icon, I think it says watch. That means you're interested in it. Maybe you want to wait and see if it's going to come down in price a little bit. Maybe you're waiting to see if your significant other likes it. Maybe you have to measure it first, but your eye is on it. You're thinking about it. And so it's on your watch list. I can see that as well. Now, if I put these sunglasses on last January, and here it is November, almost a year later, not quite, and it's on nobody's watch list, and maybe, let's say 12 people have looked at it. That's 12 human beings on the planet Earth. Earth! What is it doing sitting there? Now, I know, and I've had this happen to me before, I can put things online, and it's amazing that it sits there for a year, and or 5 months or 8 months, and then bam, all of a sudden it sells. Of course that happens. But, and it's a big but, I'm not Sears and Roebuck. I probably should have come up with a different example than that, because Sears and Roebuck might not be around for much longer. Poor old Sears and Roebuck. Now I'm getting off the topic. I know that annoys some of you. And my mother, she's still, do you need any new clothing? No, Mom, I don't. Well, why don't we go to Sears and buy some slacks? Mom, I don't buy slacks at Sears. I don't even... What's the difference between slacks and trousers? I prefer to call them, trousers. Slacks, that's a really funny word. It's like, you slacker, slack off. It sounds like pants that just don't do anything, like lazy pants, slacks. All right, focus. So I'm getting rid of things. I don't want things. Yeah, I'm not Sears. I don't have a huge warehouse where I can store 1,000 items and just sort of wait in a year and see if they sell. So what I'm doing is the stuff that has a very low profit margin, doesn't have anybody interested in it, nobody's looking at it, and it's not on anybody's watch list. It's history. I'm Sears Roebucking it, right? Shutting it down. Get rid of it. So those are the things that I've been taking to flea markets, getting rid of. So if you go to my eBay shop and you go, wow, this guy only has like 30 items for sale, I'm purging with the idea that I'm going to rebuild back up, new stock, new stuff for people to see, and my buying strategy going into 2019 is going to be a little bit different. We'll talk more about that later. Now, if you're still with me after all this pontificating, is that the word? That might not be the right word. Is the contest that I'm doing, and I'm going to ask you, not now, but in the next week or so, because I know some of you turn on the Christmas music at 4th of July. I'm not really into the Christmas music yet, right? Let me finish eating up my stale Halloween candy. But I want to be able to get this contest over with and get this out in the mail. I picked up for you, for a lucky winner, the 1940s Christmas. This is a 3 CD set, and it's all Christmas stuff from the 1940s. I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm listening to it because I'm just making sure that all the CDs play and there's no skips. It looks almost brand new. I'm going to ask you 5 Christmas trivia questions, and the very first person who emails me with the correct answers wins. So I will do the contest within the next 10 days or so, and this free of charge, but I am sending it media mail so I can kind of save on the postage. I'm a thrifter. And the next thing I want to tell you is, on the way home from the flea market, I'm going to film a very historic Historical? Historic. I know how everybody corrects everybody's English on this thing. I gotta be careful. Historical? Is it an historical site or an historic site? I think it's an historic site. Got a lot of history. I'm gonna film it for you. Can you guess what it is? I'm gonna be standing on the Jersey side, and something very historical happened on the Pennsylvania side, but then it also happened on the Jersey side, and it has to do with a famous river, and most people my age remember from Bugs Bunny cartoons. Have you figured it out? Stay tuned and you'll see. All right, I'm done talking. Here's a little bit of... Well, have you figured it out yet? I'm standing in New Jersey. That's the Delaware River. And across that bridge is the state of Pennsylvania. You give up? I'll just let you pause the video and read this. I won't freeze here the whole time. But this is the spot. Let's get a little closer. Wonder why Washington didn't just drive over the bridge. That's what I would have done. Oh well. Bridge wasn't there, dummy. All right, let's go film from a different spot. Should we go knock? Could be a set of Pyrex refrigerator dishes up there in that attic. You see? I told you New Jersey wasn't just parking lots and billboards. And I don't even hear any traffic. into a skunk or a snake. Crickets are okay. Maybe a frog. Well, you can tell I'm a city guy. But this is beautiful. Let's go up here. Oh, traffic. He ruined it. Oh wow, look at this. This is going to be very artistic. Note the beautiful fall leaves as they contrast in front of this drooping conifer of some sort. I sound like Richard Attenborough. Wasn't it the guy that did all the nature films? No, that wasn't. Maybe it was Richard Chamberlain. No. Oh well. $1931. This beautiful old tree. Since 1931.